Glen Hazel Heights might be Pittsburgh's most interesting abandoned neighborhood because many of the roads, cul-de-sacs, and neighborhood infrastructure are still here visible today, just being reclaimed by the Appalachian forest. The site's history traces back to the start of World War II, when the War Department ordered the immediate construction of housing barracks atop Sugar Hill and Glen Hazel, providing dwellings to 1,000 steel workers and their families who were assisting in the war effort. Most of the project's units were filled by steel workers from Homestead who had lost their homes when the Department of War ordered the Carnegie Steel Company to expand their operations and start producing steel armor plates for the war theaters. The residents of the temporary war housing came from all income brackets, but were unified in their shared identity as steel workers. Eventually, however, the war ended and the deed to the property was handed over to the Pittsburgh Housing Authority. The authority briefly considered using the barracks to house veterans returning from combat, but the residents of Glen Hazel Heights largely opposed this measure, arguing that the veterans deserved better living standards than temporary barracks, which were already beginning to experience landslides and sewage issues, partially due to the fact that the Sugar Hill portion of the development lay atop a partially mined coal seam. The housing development, after all, was always meant to be a temporary war measure, but because Pittsburgh was facing a housing crisis, the Housing Authority decided to keep the barracks on the hill and lease them out to low-income Pittsburghers and their families.